Alright, this is one of my most effective general all-around chironomid patterns, and I like it in the smaller size. This is a 14, but I do 18, 16s, 14s. Even in areas where there's a lot larger chironomids, this smaller size will often do the trick. And the bead here is a 2.8 millimeter tungsten, and so we're going to go ahead and get our thread, which is 70 denier UTC Ultra thread. Right, now the body is made up of stripped peacock eye, and so we've got our peacock eye here, and when they say eye, that's the eye area here. And what you do, there's several different ways you can do this. If you go and search, you can find videos that show you how to bleach these and make the fibers fall off. It's actually just as easy to, you take a strip off right in this area, and then you just put it down on a desk with a pencil eraser and basically gently erase the fibers. And then you'll end up with this. And you'll see it's got a nice black stripe on one edge, and that's part of the reason it helps create that segmentation. So I'm just going to tie this in. And then work my way right here to the thorax. Okay, it's a very simple pattern. What I'm going to do is bring the quill over the top, and then I'm just going to wrap this. And I usually like to leave a little bit of black in between because it helps further segment and provide that natural look. And just a little bit behind the bead. And we'll trim that off. Now I want the bead to be able to move back a little bit, because we're going to tie in the cheeks, which are basically wing buds, and pull those over. So for the wing buds, a couple different things I'll use. I'll use some bright orange goose biots, but probably more often I'm using hollow tinsel. And so I like to use the orange, and this is a medium size holographic tinsel. And I usually just like to do this in two pieces, one on each side. So what I'll do is I'll angle this a little bit so I can tie these in on the lower side, on the bottom basically. Okay, do the same on both sides. So now we have two pieces of hollow tinsel on the underside of this fly. And then again, I need to keep my bead so that it can go back over. And what I'll do is you're going to take your finger and hold the bead in place while you move the thread in front. And then you, with the thread, apply pressure backwards, and it's going to push that bead back up into those tie-in points for the tinsel. And then you simply take each piece of tinsel and pull it over onto the top. So it was tied in on the bottom of the hook, and now you're tying it off on the top of the hook, right in front of the eye. And we'll peel these back, tie off the head and trim them off. And then I'll whip finish. Alright, now just like that, that looks not very tapered. So one of the other keys to this pattern, you need to reinforce it, because the first fish will tear up those peacock eye quills. And so I'm going to give the whole body a good coating of hydro. And then I'm going to build up the taper, kind of filling in some gaps here. And that's the area right behind the bead, and underneath it, and in front of it. And so sometimes you'll need to give this a few coats and then just kind of sculpt that into the shape you want. Right, that's the completed chironomid.